Sitting alone in a 6-seater private jet at 40,000 feet is a very peaceful place. I fell into meditation and my mind became very still. When I opened my eyes, I absorbed a tremendous difference in my environment from when I had first moved out to the woods to be alone and meditate. So begins Michael Singer's The Surrender Experiment. This book is actually a follow-up to his first book, which was also a tremendous read, The Untethered Soul. And The Untethered Soul was more of a how book, technique book, on how to disentangle from the dramas of the mind. The Surrender Experiment is about his life, and it's about putting it into practice, and you see how effective it was in his life's journey. If you want to get either book or both, you can do so. I've left a link below, and also you can subscribe to the show there. True story. A young man moves out to the woods, scrounges up money, moves out to the woods with only one goal, which is to be left alone and to meditate. But he makes a vow, and that vow is this, that no matter what life throws at him, he will accept it, despite his personal preferences. Interesting and radical. Have you tried to let go of your likes and dislikes? It's not easy. And the events that take place are like from a novel, even though this is a true story. And really the key in this is he stays true to that commitment to relinquish his will to what unfolds before him. For example, when he buys a piece of land, moves out into the forest, someone starts showing up and eventually pitches a tent, a fellow meditator, someone who's interested in his practices. He wants to kick her off the land. But then he thinks to himself, well, who am I to do such a thing? Because all she wants to do is meditate. And time after time, he does this. And what ensues is the growth of a spiritual community, a building business, a very successful building business. And wildly and crazily and unpredictably, he gets into computer programming and develops a software for medical billing, which becomes a huge success. He ends up running a multi-hundreds of $million company as the CEO, hiring people. And remember, here's a guy who just wanted to be left alone in the woods and just kept relinquishing his own will. I could see the author's words being misconstrued, as in one shouldn't have preferences are wrong or desires are wrong. And I don't think that's the point. I think the point of what he's saying is to better understand the mind. Since the mind is so essential in guiding your life, why not examine it and see how it works? And oftentimes it works in a way that entangles you and causes you further suffering through these attractions and aversions that we have. My 3 big takeaways from the book: first of all, be vigilant about the mind, to continue to be vigilant about the mind. Number 2, get comfortable, do your best, do my best to surrender to the present moment, because that's where life occurs. Third, it prompted me to ask myself, what am I devoted to? Because his journey, the magic happened as he was singularly devoted to one thing. Not one job, not one vocation, but a way of being in the world. And that's what was fascinating. And as he says, it ends up being his journey into life's perfection.